Hello, hello. I just found something very, very, very great, and now that I have my tablet, I can actually show you. I can show you. This is on the internet. There are lots and lots now of websites who talk about Richard Berman and what he does to manipulate the public. He got you by the balls. He messes with your brain. He messes with your emotions. And that's how he gets you to turn against politicians, non-profit groups, etc. Or groups of people, just hippies, for example. That's why, I'm talking to Republicans. That's why you turn against hippies, because Richard Berman got you by the balls. And this is here. This is what Richard Berman said. Read it. Look it up for yourself. Okay? Look it up for yourself. There it is. Okay? Let's move down. Wait. Okay, this has to come. This thing has to come. There. Now you can see it. Okay? Nebraska Farm Bureau News even talks about it. He even has the nerve to blatantly say this in public and brag even all about his slander campaigns against people. Slandering someone like this, that should be against the law. I'm against the copyright laws that they have, but it's like Richard Berman, people like him are totally against someone copying them or someone saying something slanderous. Like, for example, Donald Trump sued somebody for writing about him as being a millionaire instead of a billionaire. So he sued that person because obviously writing about someone as being a millionaire can have negative financial impact on that business person when other people think he's just a millionaire, not a billionaire. So Donald Trump went to court and he won, actually. This is how much politics, law, everything is totally on the side of commerce and the corporations. And yeah, Richard Berman, totally on the side of the corporations. You see it right here. You look it up for yourself. Look up the articles. Okay, there's a website called BermanExposed.org and several other websites. I myself wrote an article about him. I wrote the article Richard Berman and the Slander Campaign against PETA. People need to know, because every time I run into somebody who says, well, PETA can't be trusted because because they kill animals and Okay, it's Richard Berman doing this. Okay, PETA don't kill animals. They rescue animals from suffering. The ones that can be released into the wild or into a sanctuary, they give them utmost treatment, veterinary treatment. And way more than that. They hug them, they kiss them, they really heal the animals. Okay, and the ones that are beyond repair, they're just suffering, they euthanize those. And I wrote about this in my article. I want people, I'll put the article underneath, because I want people to understand a little bit more about what euthanasia is. Okay, that means good death, not bad death. It means being relieved from suffering when somebody is beyond repair. Okay, when there is no way that individual can recover. It is against the law to do this on humans. In most places on planet Earth, there's like maybe less than 1% of places where they do have it. But and that again is for fact. It has to do with that the people being against euthanasia has to do with religion. And only those places where they are beyond religion, like Switzerland, Holland, and even here in Oregon in the United States, they have legislation pro euthanasia. But then again, it has to go through so many instances. It's very, very difficult to get it to have that done and all this. So when I'm ready, I'm just gonna do a quick one. But yeah, that's suicide. That's not euthanasia. You know, I'm for euthanasia definitely, because it relieves somebody from suffering. For some people suffer for years, and there are people who are 95 or 100 or more, and they are bedridden, and they live for another couple of years with extreme agony. Is this desirable? In my opinion, it's not. Okay, I find that horrific. But again, yeah, the person has to make that decision. Some people want to die, but their bodies don't die by themselves. They would need help. Okay? Some people are begging the doctors, and they can't do it because of the legal situation. So that's what I'm talking about, when the person wants it and all of this. The animal can't tell us whether he wants it or not in words. But my dog Ludwig, when he was ready, when he was 11 and a half years old, Great Dane, he had severe hip problems. He was walking sideways, and there came a day, first we did medication, and that was toxic, then he was vomiting, it was all horrible. And there came a day where he just looked at me in this very specific way. And I knew what he meant. He said, "Nicola, finish it. I can't do it anymore." So we took him to the vet. It's horrible, okay? No doubt about it. But what's better? You know, what is better? To let someone suffer? Someone like Richard Berman, a psychopath who doesn't even know what love is at all, will hijack this one criteria about PETA and blow it up out of proportions, and he knows exactly how to target these religious people, and he knows exactly how to word himself to make people turn against PETA. PETA, they do everything they can to rescue the animals and to make their lives better, to free them from suffering. They do everything they can to heal them, okay? And it's so touching the way they heal the animals. And some people, they do foster caring. They take the animal home until animal is recovered good enough, then they bring him to the sanctuary. They have 2 farm sanctuaries here on the Northwest. The farm sanctuary, I've seen the videos on YouTube. They have all kinds of different animals, farm animals and large pigs, who are very happy now, and they snuggle up with the best friend. You know, animals have characters and personalities just like people, and they choose their own friends, and when they feel comfortable with somebody, they hang out with them. And it's just the same thing. So PETA, they really give the animals everything they need. What Richard Berman is doing here is extreme slander. Anyone who slandered like this, like what Richard Berman is doing, would have the right, according to our law right now, to really get into a major lawsuit about this, because this is extremely damaging and destructive, not just for the individual who's slandered, like also Hillary Clinton is his target as well. And that's why so many people buy into that, buy into this terrible negativity that is spread about her. Okay, these lies, people, I mean, unbelievable shape-shifting propaganda lies that are nuts, batshit crazy. You know? Lies about her being a rapist and a murderer. I mean, it goes out of proportion. And people buy into it. They believe this. You know, this is so unbelievably sickening and disturbing and frustrating for me to see. Don't buy into this. Don't believe all of this right away, people. Research it first. Look at the opposition side of it. Look into it. Why is Richard Berman doing it? Who is making money on this? Okay? Where is the money trail? Go by that. Look at the money trail. Trace the money breadcrumbs all the way to the bank. Richard Berman and anyone else who is doing this kind of stuff for him or for another company. There are several companies out there. Frank Luntz has been doing this. There's this other guy, I forgot the name now, during the Bush administration, who was like working like hand in hand in the Senate even. I mean, that's things are like this are even allowed is just beyond imagination. But the same people, like these same corporate people, they will sue you for slander if you accidentally said millionaire instead of billionaire. In this case is Donald Trump. That probably wasn't even intended. It was just an accidental typo or something, and he sues that person. Yeah. So, can you imagine how much money PETA should get in a settlement? Now let's take this to 100 billion more levels higher. Okay, this slander, and that's what's happening. That's what's done to PETA and Ingrid Newkirk and Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Okay, and the list goes on. Everyone who's kind-hearted and good wants to do something good. You know. And the corporations are paying Richard Berman. Look it up. I just saw it. You know, they pay him large sums. They pay him sums like 200,000 and more, and it's probably in the millions what he gets from some. Or it's like a corporate summit where each one of these corporations will contribute their funds to Richard Berman to do this and this and this, to turn the public against anyone who stirs the public towards kindness. So anyone who is kind is being slandered. Anyone who does good is being slandered by Richard Berman. I see a lot of these articles here. They can be easily misunderstood. You need to read these articles very carefully, okay? And forget about your fear that's what Richard Berman said, you know. Forget about this for a moment, what he said this year. This statement, you know, that fear and all of this and hatred and all this stays with you much longer than love and sympathy. So become aware of your own psychological mechanisms. That's why I'm making these videos, because I want people to become aware of it. You know, I know this, I see this monstrous danger. I'll show you, like in a puppet theater, you know, I'm the audience who says, look, you know, the monster's danger is behind you. It's gonna nip you in the butt. Casper, do something, yeah. Walk away from this. Turn around, look at it, you know, face it, and take your magic wand and make it disappear. Recycle it, you know. Recycle it in your computer, in your brain. Recycle it into knowledge. Don't let this monstrous fear ride you. Don't let this slander ride your life. Free yourself from this, okay? Become aware. Do more research on this. Don't buy into every single body that comes your way and says, that tree hugger, you know. Look at it. Why is this person a tree hugger? Why is that person out there doing something? Because they care. Because they have a good heart. It's not because of they're Satan, no. They're not because they're accused by Richard Berman of being whatever, you know, being something terrible. Richard Berman will turn this 100% upside down and inside out, and he will present it to you, and people buy into it. And this has to stop once and for all. Okay, let's become very clear about this. Just because the TV and all of them are, many of them have bought into it, doesn't mean that you need to buy into it as well. So peace out, bliss out.